anything. Okay, so before we already learned about some laws in fractional indices. The laws in the fractional indices in here, as you can see, oops, sorry, x to the power of a half, it will be the same thing as I square root the x. When I have x to the power of 1 per n, it will be the same thing as I n root the power. So like if it is x to the power of 1 per 3, it will be equals to the cube root of x. If I have 1 per 4, yeah, it will be equals to the fourth root. If it is x to the power of 1 per 5, it will be equals to the fifth root and so on. Later, if you have x m per n, in here it will be the same thing as I have x to the power of m, and then later I n root the x to the power of m. Or you can do the opposite way. You can find the n root of x and then you power it to the power of m. Either one, the answer will be the same. So you can do you can do root first and then you power it with m, or you can power the x first with the power m and then you root it. The answer will be the same thing. And then the last one, it is about the x to the power of negative n. Whenever we have x to the power of negative number, we can change it into a fraction. Become 1 per x to the power of n. There will be no negative power anymore. So this is the example. I hope this is will be make you agree with all of the laws before that I show you. Before the meeting has a trouble, you know that 25 to the power of a half, it will be equals to 5. 16 to the power of a half, it will be equals to 4. 9 to the power of a half, it will be equals to 3. 4 to the power of a half, it will be equals to 2. 1 to the power of a half, it will be equals to 1. Now we can check the connection from 9 into 3. The only thing that we can do to change 9 into 3, we have to square root the 9. Now what about the 25? Same thing. We have to square root the 25 to make it into 5. That's why from here we know that whenever we have number to the power of a half, it will be the same thing as we square root the number. It will be the same thing when we square root the number. Or if you want to follow the textbook, the first thing you have to do, you have to be able to change all of the base into index number. What is it? So like number 4. You know 4? 4 we can change it into index number. We can change it into 2 to the power of 2. Is there anyone who disagree if I change 4 into 2 to the power of 2? Is there anyone who disagree if I change 4 into 2 to the power of 2? Is there anyone who disagree? No. Okay. If no one disagrees, so now we have to check. The 4 is getting power a half. So it means,
Teacher,
yes,
so if A1 power 4, so the square root power
yeah, it will be fifth root.
4.
Yeah, it will be fifth root. Now, I'll go to the example again. We have 4 to the power of a half. That's why the 4 I get power a half. The 2 to the power of 2, I also get the power of a half. Now you have power meet power. When power meet power, we do what, yeah, usually? Do we multiply them? Do we add them? Or do we leave it like that? We cannot simplify them. What do we do if we have power meet powers? Hello? Forget. Please kindly make a note.
Times
Yeah, we
2.
have to times it. So the power in here is 2.5. We can simplify 2.5. 2 times a half in here, I can cancel the 2. So 2 times a half, the answer will be 1. So for 4 to the power of a half, the answer it will be equals to 2 to the power of 1. This is what your textbook says in your page 68. So whenever you have a fraction power, the first thing you have to do is changing the base number. All the base number in here, you have to change it into index number. after you change into index number, you can simplify the indices. That's why I told you, please kindly make notes for all of the index laws. Power, mid powers, you do times. Whenever you multiply the indices, you add the index. Something like that. You have to be able to memorize it or recognize it, so later you can finish all the question without using calculator. So far, is there anyone who get confused still, or my explanation is still not clear enough? Hello? Hello? Or my voice is
Sir,
not audible? Yes? Yes? Yes, Rahmat?
sir, no question.
No question? Okay. No question or have question?
Sure.
Okay. So later, if you have, I told you it will be from the textbook for the explanation. Workbook, it will be later whenever you finish the chapter. Because the workbook have only little question, that's why the workbook will be discussed later after you're done with the chapter. So this is from your textbook, page 68. But this table is not exist on your textbook. This is just the example that I made it by myself. I hope that it will be making you more clear with the explanation. So later, if we have 64 to the power of 1 per 3, you can do two things. So you can make cube root of 64, because whenever you have x to the power of 3, it will be the same thing as you cube root the number. So cube root of 64, the answer will be equals to 4. Or you can solve it using another way. The other way is you have to change the 64 into any index number. You know that 64, we can write it as 2 to the power of 6, or you can make it into 4 to the power of 3. Either one is okay as long as the index number is correct. Sometimes people will have different answer to change the base number into index number. It will be different, because like 64, it can be the same thing is if I multiply 6 number of 2, I multiply all of them, the answer will be 64 also. If I have 3 numbers of 4 and I multiply all of them, the answer will be 64. So either one is okay. You can change 64 into 2 to the power of 6 or 4 to the power of 3. Now you follow the question. The 64 is getting to the power of 1 per 3. So it means, so for the 2 to the power of 6, I have to get another power which is 1 per 3. And then power mid powers we do times. The 6 and 1 per 3, we can simplify them. 6 times 1 per 3, the answer will be 2. So we have 2 to the power of 2. When we simplify it, it will be equals to 4. Now what if I change the 64 into 4 to the power of 3? Will the answer the same? Yes, the answer will be the same, because in here I put another power which is 1 per 3. The 3 and 1 per 3 I can simplify it become 1. So 4 to the power of 1, the answer will be 4. Either one it's okay. So you can change the power 1 per 3 into cube root, or if you follow the textbook, you can change all of the base number into another index number. After that, you simplify the indices using the index laws that you have learned last week. Is there anyone who get confused still? Is there anyone who get confused still? Hello? Is there anyone who get confused? No? If you have no confusion, I will continue to the textbook page 69. I'm going to discuss the exercise 7.7 on your textbook. So please kindly open the textbook. You can prepare a pencil also. You can make notes on your textbook when we discuss it. So in here I will just discuss 4 letters from each number only. So now we have 16 to the power of a half. How many it will be? 16 to the power of a half. Yes, it will be equals to 4. Do not use calculator, yeah, for the chapter 4. If you for this chapter, if you have any question, please let me know. Is there anyone who get confused to get 4? No? Okay. Now 25 to the power of a half. How many it will be?
5.
5. 27 to the power of 1 per 3. How many it will be? 27 to the power of 1 per 3. How many it will be? Yes, it will be equals to 3. Now what about 81 to the power of a half? How many it will be? Yes, it will be equals to 9. Is there anyone who get confused so far, or maybe my explanation is too fast? You need more explanation or anything? Please let me know. If you have any confusion, do not keep being quiet. Is there anyone who get confused? Everything's clear for sure? Okay. If everything's clear enough, let us continue to the page 2. For the page 2, we have 16 to the power of 1 per 4. So it means you can make the fourth root, or you can change the 16 into any index number. Either one is okay. So which way do you want to use? You want to use the root, or you want to change the number into index number? Hello, is my voice gone or anything? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I cannot hear anyone now. Hello? Or is it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Laggy? Is my voice is laggy or anything? My voice is lagging, not really audible or anything. Hello? Okay. So now we have the question 2. For the question 2, we have 16 to the power of 1 per 4. There are two ways that you can do. You can make it into root, or you can change the 16 into index number. You know, when it is to the power of 1 per 4, so it will be the same thing as we fourth root the 16. How many is fourth root of 16? Is there anyone who already get the answer? Do not use calculator. Yeah, the answer will be 2. If you do not like to use if you don't like to use this root, you can change it into index number. The 16, when you change it into index number, it will be the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. So 2 to the power of 4 get another power, which is 1 per 4. Why is it 1 per 4? Because from the question we have 16 to the power of 1 per 4. So now we can simplify the 4 and 1 per 4 become 1. 2 to the power of 1 will be equals to 2 also. Is there anyone who have any confusion? Hello? Or it is already clear enough? Hello? Or my voice is gone or anything? Hello? My voice is not audible again? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, everyone? Hello? Cannot? Okay, my God, what hear me? Can you hear me now? Or it is still not audible enough for you? Hello? No? Okay, what to do ya? Wait. Hello? Hello? Still not audible? What would happen to my voice?